Greetings all and welcome to Yarnspirations.com. I'm Mary Beth Temple, and in this video we're going to take a look at some tips and tricks to help you work in colorwork crochet in situations where you need more than one color in one row. Now I'm going to work in double crochet because I think that makes it easy for you to see what I'm doing. And I happen to be working on the motif from the Flaky Crochet Blanket, which is a free pattern here at Yarnspirations.com. But the tips I'm going to talk about are applicable no matter what kind of pattern you're doing. Now, the most important thing is when to change color. And you always want to do that so that the last yarn over of the last stitch of the old color is made in the new color. Now, there are two ways to work color work in crochet. One is the tapestry method, in which you are working over the unused color, and that's what I'm doing here. This is a tapestry style color work piece, and you want to work over the unused color throughout, no matter where you are in the pattern, because you want the piece to have the same thickness throughout. And if sometimes the unused color is there and sometimes it isn't, you can have a thick and thin issue. So this is the tapestry method of color work. The other method is the Intarsia method, and in that case, instead of working over the unused color, I would work with multiple balls or skeins or bobbins of yarn, and when I got to the point where I needed the new color, it would be sitting there waiting for me. So whether you're doing tapestry or Intarsia depends on what kind of final look you're after, and of course what the pattern tells you to do, because we try very hard to make sure you have all the information you need. However, no matter which way you're working, this last yarn over is always going to be the same. So I'm going to begin my last stitch in the old color, and when I get to the last yarn over, I'm going to drop the color I had been working in and pick up the new color, which should be there waiting for me. Whether it's because I worked over it or because I left a bobbin, the new color is going to be pretty close to where I need it to be. So if that was a single crochet, then the only yarn over and pull through two would be in the new color. If it was a treble, it would be the last one. So no matter what stitch you're doing, single or half double or double or treble or quad or whatever, that last yarn over, wherever it is, should be in the new color. So I'm going to work again. I just happen to be making this motif because it's the project I was working on when I got asked to make a colorwork tips video. So I'm going to just do a couple more stitches and then we'll take a look at that color change one more time. Now, if you're doing bobbins and not Intarsia and not the tapestry like I'm doing, you don't need to worry about the direction in which you twist your yarn, because it's not like knitting. It is not going to unravel. So I happen to be on the last stitch in the old color. I'm up to the last yarn over. I'm going to do the last yarn over in the new color. And I'm going to show you that one more time because, again, for this particular pattern, there's only a couple in this stitch. It just makes everything nice and neat. Now, if you didn't do it this way, what would happen? The last yarn over, this is really technical, so you can fast forward if you don't care about this stuff, but I know a lot of people do. The last yarn over of any stitch is sort of the hat of the next stitch. So if you didn't do that last yarn over thing, the top of this stitch would have been that color, and the top of this stitch would have been that color. So what it does, it just makes the stitch look neat and complete, and I got carried away. So last yarn over of the last stitch in the old color, yarn over and bring it in the new color. And once again, if you're working in Intarsia or tapestry, make sure that you are paying attention to the gauge of the unused yarn. You don't want to pull it so tight that the work narrows up, but you also don't want to leave it loosey-goosey so that it will, make a float and catch on something. So one of the other points about this is the right side of the work. This is the wrong side of the work, and it looks lovely on both sides, because a lot of times we're making a throw or we're making a scarf we're making a sweater with a rollback collar, and we're seeing both sides of the work. So we want both sides of the work to be neat and the work to be lovely. I hope this helps you with your Colorwork crochet projects. I'm Mary Beth Temple. Thanks for joining us here on Yarnspirations.com.